gentlemen, may I direct your attention to something quite
bad.
No.
This is bad.
No.
We're done. No?
No. I know. Not even a little.
An opening here and thumped into the top corner. And Al-Nassr flex their muscles with the Tevio.
I think we're going to score some goals. I think we're going to win. I mean, this team doesn't score as many goals as Al-Hilal, so...
Well, they've given it away again here. And once again, Al-Nassr punish them.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an entertaining game that we finally win a preseason game. I don't even know how much that matters anymore at this point, but...
It doesn't matter.
Replay of Otavio turned and immediately a quick restart that we barely see live.
Folds from Neon. As Emerick Laporte.
Chris, we suck. Welcome, everybody, to episode number 135 of the Battered Herons podcast. I am your host, Daniel Granada, and alongside me, as always, is Mr. KBD. How are you doing, sir?
I mean, how's anybody doing? I forgot the pots and pans. We're burnt to a crisp. How cooked we are.
Man. Yeah, you know what?
Sean's asking where the math's at. I mean, we're done.
We don't even have like a match preview, like a team preview at the end of this episode. Like, this is just gonna be a fun episode, just straight Inter Miami bashing from start to finish, probably. And where could I start? Where do we start? Well, let me start with, I saw 2-0 and I thought, not a big deal. Same thing happened on Monday. We're still all right. But when Laporte hit that, it wasn't midfield. Like, it was almost on his own box. When they hit that goal, I was like, okay, I'm embarrassed. Like, as soon as that happened, in an instant, I was like, okay, I'm embarrassed. I am now, que pena. I am embarrassed to be rooting for Inter Miami because although this game doesn't matter, preseason doesn't count. I've said it again and again. I will say it's possible to be embarrassed in a preseason game, and that was embarrassing.
I mean, the comment section is.
I knew that. Yeah, no, I know that the comments are going to be wild today.
And Kata, I believe it's an authentic, right, Danny?
Yeah, that's the only. I only buy authentics. I don't want that to sound weird, but yeah, I buy the authentics.
You know, Mr. Krabs is mentioning I would have said that we would have won if Emerson would have been there. I mean, I think we need this guy right here. This guy, we need him back so he can play next to this guy right here.
Higuain and
That's
Campana.
what we need back. Yes, we need Higuain and Campana back because there's
so many places to go. So I guess let's just get straight into it. Ronaldo didn't play. Right before the game started, we found out that Messi wasn't gonna play, and then we found out that he was gonna play, but we found out that he was like nursing a hamstring injury. So before we get into this, everybody's talking about the stupid World Tour. And I've said how it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that we're playing 7 games. I take it back. But I don't take it back because of the mileage. I don't take it back because we're playing 7 games. I take it back because I didn't think that Tata and whoever's telling Tata what to do was stupid enough to have Messi running around out there for almost 90 minutes against Al-Hilal, for 60 minutes against Dallas, for half against El Salvador. Like, how stupid are you? Like, what is the point of that?
And he gets hurt. Like, supposedly he was hurt after that game. So that just makes it even worse, right?
Right. And again, I don't blame it on the travel. But the fact that he's playing so many minutes in meaningless games, there's literally, what was it, Monday to Thursday, 2 days rest in between, and you have Luis Suarez starting again? You have Busquets starting. Why? Are you trying to win that stupid trophy?
I want to kind of take this. I want to take this game and let's do piece by piece here, Danny. Because like when the starting lineup came out, when the starting lineup came out, I was excited, as people pointed out to me how I was incredibly wrong about this starting lineup. I really loved the starting lineup. I'm trying to see if I can find a picture of it, but just off of my memory, you had David Ruiz and Gregory playing the left and right side in the center mid. You had Busquets in the mid. You had finally Campana and Suarez up top. And then you had Gressel playing on the right. You had Jordi Alba playing on the left back. And then you had the center backs with Christoph, Tata, and the name escapes me. Jeez. Who is it?
Aviles?
Christoph, Tata, and Noah Allen. Toto Aviles and Noah Allen. And then, of course, Calendar at goalie. I really liked the starting lineup, man. Without Messi, I thought it was going to be a really nice, aggressive, defensive starting lineup. And whoa, that kind of went out the window quickly.
Well, okay. So I don't know how you want to attack this, but so let me just give you a couple points before you start breaking down the game piece by piece.
Yeah.
The first thing I want to say is overall, I thought Noah Allen actually played well today at left center back. I thought he did a good job recovering. I thought he was using his body. He was biting a couple people off the ball. Am I saying that I think he's the answer at center back? Absolutely not. But the way he had looked before and the way he looked today, I was surprised and I'm really happy for him because I thought he looked better. Out of the three center backs, I thought he looked the best. And then Gressel, we were killing Gressel. Yes. I thought he finally looked productive offensively, running right wing back.
Well, and I thought Christoph was awful. I thought he was caught out of position a lot. I mean, the whole defensive back line was just awful. It was legitimately awful.
Aviles just giving the ball away consistently. Like, this is the blueprint now. Like, the blueprint has been set. You want to beat Inter Miami? Press them because they can't get out of their own way in the back. That back line cannot pass out of pressure. Like, it's not happening. I don't. And it was apparent as soon as they pressed, Aviles was turning the ball over.
You want to know what the crazy part is when this game started, I started thinking to myself, because we've been getting scored on fairly quickly in these last couple games. And you know how we were giving everybody the business, scoring before 10 minutes. And I thought to myself, wow, how crazy would it be that for the next couple games, we're the ones that are getting scored within the first 10 minutes. And here we are getting scored within the first 10 minutes. And I mean, I'm just watching the game and I was just distraught. I was distraught.
I wasn't distraught. And like I said, up until that goal, because that goal, I'm sorry, I don't care what you say. That's some and one. Like, that's the type of stuff that, like, if we go and we're playing and I'm messing around with my daughter's soccer team, and I just start doing random little tricks here or random volleys from the other side of the pitch just to mess around with them. That's what it felt like. It felt like when they attempt something like that, I felt like they were toying with us and almost laughing at us. And that was embarrassing. When that happened, then I was like, okay, this isn't cool anymore. Like, preseason is no longer fun. But I will tell you, I have a feeling that this Saudi team came out here and they're like, no, this isn't preseason. Like, we want to kick their ass. Because, I mean, MLS teams, when they play preseason games, they're sometimes they're training in their training outfits. Like, they're just trying to get back into rhythm. With the fourth game now for the preseason. But Al-Nassr was like, nah, we're gonna put it on you. And I don't blame them. Because they know that the world is watching. But that was rough to watch. And I wouldn't be surprised if some of those Saudis over there were like, yo, if you put it on Messi, since Messi stiffed us and went to Miami instead of taking offers, you get a bonus. Like, you got a Bugatti waiting for you if you score a goal. If you get a hat trick, you get a mansion. Like, I wouldn't doubt that they put some of that stuff up there because they wanted to put it on Inter Miami and Messi for stiffing them when he didn't go over there last year.
I just want to put the starting lineup up. And guys, I mean, you're going to tell me that you didn't feel some type of way about seeing the starting lineup without Messi, of course, right? So we kind of have to restrict ourselves a little bit, but the starting lineup is not bad without Messi. Getting scored on so early was just awful.
I was happy to see Gregory there.
I mean,
what would you have done different? I would put Robert Taylor instead of Ruiz. I know Ruiz has been playing well, but I would have put Robert Taylor. I think Robert Taylor is better offensively. He's more polished offensively than Ruiz is. And again, I think Gregory should always be there just because he is a more defensive-minded midfielder.
For as good as Gressel did and some of the crossing that he actually finally did this game, I really saw him so far up the field. Aviles literally had to go and replace the right back position all the time. So he's out of position.
No,
you got
but he's not.
With
they're playing 3. They're not playing 5 in the back. People got to stop saying that. This isn't 5 in the back. This is 3 in the back. Yeah, I get what the graphic looks like, but this is 3 in the back. Like, there's absolutely no 5 in the back.
Oh, and everybody wants to fire Martino. I guess you guys miss Ill Phil.
I promise you, the people that want to fire Tata aren't saying that they want Phil Neville to come back.
Well, all I'm saying is that. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say that Tata is frustrating me with this whole 3 in the back. Like, it's preseason, so obviously you have to work through the kinks. I get that, right? I don't want to overreact, and we're not going to be playing teams the caliber of these Saudi teams, because let's put this back into perspective. Laporte, one of the best defensive center backs over the last decade in the English Premier League. Played for Man City a bunch of years. One of the best, is getting paid $21 million a year. That's their center back getting paid $21 million a year. That's like 3 or 4 times our salary cap. Like, you can't compare these teams, especially when one is in mid-season form and the other one's in the middle of preseason. No excuse. You chose to play this game. You shouldn't get embarrassed. But everybody's got to come down just a little bit, because competition is going to be a little different when you start playing with teams that also don't have unlimited funds. Right. They have a salary cap. Things are going to look a little different, and you got to just cool your shit a little bit, because it's not going to be this bad. I mean, they asked for it. They wanted the global stage. They got embarrassed on the global stage.
I get it, but and Omar S is mentioning that Miami fan base is so brittle. I think just as a fan in general, you don't want to lose. And if you're going to lose a preseason game, that's fine, but not 6 fucking goals, dude. What?
But that's a good point by I'm assuming that's Omar. I don't know.
Omar S.
That's a good point. Yeah. That's a good point, because we didn't overreact to that, but I think there was a couple reasons as to why. First of all, we scored the first goal. We were up 1-0. Second, it was a phantom goal, right? It didn't really go over the line, but they gave it to Atlanta. And then once that goal happened, then they had 2 random goals that happened consecutively. Like, the momentum just completely flipped on its head, and it was wild. We scored twice, and also we didn't feel like the eyes of the world were on this game.
Yeah.
But how every single account that you could think of that reports on soccer or football, whatever you want to call it, had this scoreline, a meme, a comment, something. Even though it's a friendly, everybody was talking about it. So that's why it feels a little worse. And honestly, if you would have told me yesterday we're going to lose 6-0, I'd have been like, that sucks. A little embarrassing, but whatever. But man, I don't know. And maybe I'm overdoing it, but man, that goal that Drake was playing off his line, the way that went in, I felt like it was a punctuation. Like, it was like a punctuation to, like, wow, this is rough to watch.
I didn't even want to edit those other 3 goals. And look at GFR is mentioning a good point. He tells me go on Capology and compare Miami versus Al-Nassr, 20 million payroll. Listen, I'm not doubting that. I know. Listen, guys are making money.
I thought it would be a lot more.
Listen, guys are making money out of all kinds of holes on their body. But at the end of the day, guys, like, 6-0 is like embarrassing, and it's a preseason game. But I go back to one of the comments that our section brethren Rob Wise mentioned on Twitter, and I reposted it. And I reposted it, and he's asking the question, is this tour starting to become more negative than people are expecting? Because, listen, payroll doesn't win games, DKF. I mean, of course payroll win games. You pay big money for big names. If we had an open payroll, we'd be out getting freaking Xavi and
Can we address one thing real quick?
What? How
And it said you can pay a $20 million difference. Well, I mean, a large part of the reason that it's only $20 million is because we're playing Messi so much, and Messi didn't play. So technically, today it was larger than $20 million difference. But that's another point. Everybody that keeps saying, "Oh, Saudi is so much better than the MLS teams." Let me tell you what I think. Maybe you think I'm wrong, and that's fine. Fuck you. But this is what I think. I think Saudi is not better than the MLS. I think the Saudi top teams are better than the MLS teams. So yes, you could take the 5 teams at the top of the table in Saudi that spend they spent $180 million in the last transfer window. $180 million. We're having a hard time. We're having a hard time getting to Ronaldo because we can't pay more than $5 million on a transfer fee. They paid $180 million. So no, it's not that Saudi league is better than MLS league. Ronaldo can die on that hill if he wants to, but that's not the case. The league overall is not better. The top teams can battle with them. The top teams can battle with most places. So that's what I wanted to say real quick when it came to that, because everybody's like, "Oh, Saudi is so much superior." No, Saudi isn't. I bet you that we would mollywop the team that's in 20th place in the Saudi league because they don't got money like the big ballers up top. They don't got Ronaldo's and Sadio Mane and Manes and all these other guys.
And Kata's mentioning Nashville defense would make it interesting versus Saudi. I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe because our defense is awful compared to Nashville's defense. But I mean, again, what are we doing there? How many goals are they going to score? Like, is Hani Mukhtar literally going to be carrying this team against the 6-goal blast? And Peaches, look, money does make a team. Peaches,
but don't you have when you spend a lot of money? Don't you have better players? How does that not help? If we didn't have Messi right now, we wouldn't be playing in Saudi Arabia. But because we paid for Messi with money, we have the best player in the world. You need money for that stuff. What kind of dumbass comment is that?
I mean,
the more money you spend, the better team you have.
Yes, it helps. It doesn't win games. That's what Peaches is mentioning here, that it helps, but it doesn't win games. Listen, if you have money, you can be able to obtain bigger players. If you don't have money, you're not going to be able to. If you're restrained by a cap, you're not going to be able to get the good players. You're going to have to structure money. You're going to have to put money here, put money there. I mean, the money rules in the MLS are awful. So, guys, unfortunately, we have to deal with that. Up. Yeah, absolutely. If they would have relaxed the rules, then teams like ours and other teams would be able to structure the money accordingly to be able to obtain bigger and better talent instead of having what we have. I mean, I feel like I sound like I'm complaining, even though we have like one of the better talented teams. But we also have
yes, but in the MLS standards, because we have a salary cap.
Of course,
and I don't want to get away from today's game, but just this discussion has been happening since the game ended, and Steven just put the salary. Sorry, I lost it. But our salary cap is literally like $5 million. I haven't looked at the new salary cap. It's like $5 million. Benzema to play in Saudi is getting paid literally $100 million on his own per season.
By himself.
There's a reason why these top teams in Saudi we can't compete with. If we had an unlimited budget, we could possibly get players. Like, we wouldn't have to rely on, and don't get me wrong, I like David Ruiz, but you can't tell me that David Ruiz can hang with a Sadio Mane, a Cristiano Ronaldo, a Laporte. Who else? We had a bunch of players, or even an Al Hilal. Like, they got a bunch of big names, right? These are our big names, and we can't hang with them, and that's fine. Did I think that we were going to get spanked 6-0? No, I didn't. And I also didn't realize that they had Laporte. Honestly, once I found out Ronaldo wasn't playing, my mood kind of changed, and I didn't give a crap about the game anymore. So I didn't even really look into the game all that much.
Well, and Steven's mentioning that comment that you were looking for. Al-Nassr payroll is $328 million per season. So
when somebody said 20 million difference, I thought that was too small, and that seems like a lot higher than I thought. At some point, I'll look it up myself.
Look,
mentioning
it again.
So I don't know how accurate that is, but that does sound more. That sounds more believable than when somebody said that it's a $20 million difference.
Well, and GFR.
How much do you think Ronaldo's getting paid a year? This I'm gonna
like a gajillion dollars. I mean, GFR is mentioning right now $500K is our weekly payroll. Theirs is 6 million. So, and listen, it's pretty obvious. It's like Kata's mentioning here. MLS rules promote horrible defending. Absolutely. Go ahead, Danny.
Ronaldo, for the person that said that today's team gets only 20 million more than our salary, which I don't know where they got that from. I don't even know why I let that slide so easily. Ronaldo alone is getting paid $213 million a year. Him alone is getting paid $213 million a year.
A whole team in the MLS is capped out at 5.2 million.
So again, the Saudi league is not better than the MLS team, but yes, the top teams in Saudi are far superior than all the MLS teams. That I'll give you because they have top quality players at every position. All right, I guess if you want to get back to today's game.
Yeah, let's get back to the game, because if not, we're going to be talking about GAM and TAM. No, thank you, ma'am. So getting back to the game, you said...
I'm sorry. Just one more thing.
It's okay. Fire away.
The only positive that I see to this is that Don the God Garber feels embarrassed by this.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I've been preaching, I love the parity in the MLS. I love it. I do. But if at any point you want to compete with teams over the in Europe or Asia or any of those teams, if that is your ultimate goal, then you got to stop with this parity stuff, because at that point you need to afford to compete with those teams. Parity inside this continent, that's fine. You can keep with the salary cap and you can compete with everybody. But if you want to compete with everybody else,
show me the money.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you got to let the team spend. All right, go ahead, Chris.
Yeah. So I mean, again, we need money. We need money, Garber. Come on. Listen. So you're saying that after the first 2 goals, you weren't worried. The worst part is that third goal was just such an embarrassing goal.
Yeah,
that more than half the field, like you said, it's like big kids playing against little kids,
and one stuff.
Yeah, and that's awful. It's embarrassing, and listen, I mean, I started getting worried after the second goal, because the second goal occurred I think it was like 15 minutes within the first 15 minutes of the game. I mean,
like the 13th minute.
I don't have it was yeah. I mean, the first 15 minutes was just putrid. And you're thinking the team coming out fresh is ready to go ahead and play against this team. But geez, man, I don't know. You were going to mention something, Danny?
Yeah, I agree with Peaches that it's good to play better teams. I agree. I did like that. I do like that, because what they saw today and what they saw on Monday, and we're going to get into the Hong Kong game towards the end of the show, but what they might see in Hong Kong, which I don't think is going to be anywhere near what we just got done seeing, but it'll be the 11 best in that league. So, decent competition, I guess. It's not going to be anything compared to what they're going to see when they come back to the MLS. And I think that's good. I think that's very good. And it's going to bode well for them when the season starts. But when you're playing Messi all those minutes, it's a different story. And we'll get into that in a sec.
And I think that we're probably going to win. I mean, maybe I'm just tooting my own horn in terms of like hoping for the best, but I would hope.
You don't want to do that again.
Yeah, maybe I won't. Maybe I won't say how much I like the starting lineup. It was awful. It was embarrassing. I really hate how we lost, more so than just losing, period. It was really embarrassing, and it's something that I know that not only is the Saudi League going to be carrying for the rest of eternity, but then you have so many people that are fans of other leagues from the outside that are looking at this like, MLS, you're garbage.
Yeah, they're dying to kill MLS. I know. Yeah. It's so obnoxious.
Yeah.
I mean, Raul really is. But you know what? But that's when I was thinking, like, well, maybe this is a positive, right? I try to see the positive in most things. And the positive here is that the people, the higher ups in MLS, they don't want to get embarrassed like this. They hear everybody talking. I saw Franco Panizo. He put out something. He's like, if the score was reversed and Inter Miami would have won 6-0, Don Garber would have been going wild and having MLSsoccer.com posting a bunch of stuff about like how competitive they are and stuff. And I agree. Yeah. I think that these games don't matter, but when there's a certain result that stands out the way today's did, you jump at that. You're like, look, Look at how good our league is. But on the reverse, he may not be talking about it now. He might be saying, oh, but it's a preseason, doesn't matter. But I promise you, he doesn't like getting embarrassed. And maybe this makes them think twice. Tom Bogart said that there was no chance for a fourth DP this season, that maybe next season. So maybe they consider it for next season. Maybe we do get a fourth DP next year. Like, I don't know. Maybe this will somehow be a good thing, especially if we flame out in the CCC, like some people are saying.
Well, and we got scored within the first 13 minutes, 3 goals. Definitely worried. We're cooked. We're done. Throw the whole season out. Like, don't even go to Hong Kong anymore. Just fly right back. Just cancel the rest of this circus act.
After the first 13 minutes,
that's what it's going to be. You don't think that this is going to be like a joke at this point? The rest of this tour?
No, because we're not going to play this kind of quality for the rest of the tour.
We have what? 2 more games?
3. Well, I mean,
okay.
Technically 2 if you don't count the whole game.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know, man. It's after the first 3 goals, like I'm pretty sure everybody was checked out. We get to the half, and there's no way that I felt like Messi was going to play at that point.
But let's,
no way.
but let's, well, yeah, we'll get into that. But let's not skip over the second half of the first half.
Yeah,
because I felt like they finally started settling in. Like I felt like they were finally getting some things going towards the second part of that first half.
Yeah.
Now there was a really good chance that Gressel hit the David Ruiz on the right side of the box. David Ruiz completely he whiffed at it. He completely missed the ball. So Luis Suarez had a chance, didn't get all of it. Bounced. David Ospina got injured on that save. It was an easy save, but they were starting to create chances, and it felt like Jordi on the left side.
He actually got injured before that on like a throw. So, which is funny because he ended up coming out the game right after that play, though.
So I thought that they were looking better offensively at that point. Defensively, this 3 in the back has to stop. It does. I don't understand what the point of it is. And to start the preseason, it didn't bother me.
Well, and I know.
No, it's not that they're tricking anybody. It's just that, okay, they want to test it out. Go for it. Test it out. But I thought the point of preseason was to experiment with things. I thought you got 7 games. You got plenty of time to experiment. Yeah, throw five in the back. You want to do 3 in the back? Go ahead. Play 1 in the back. I don't care. Experiment. He hasn't experimented with anything. It's looked exactly the same every single game. And if things, at least defensively, started looking a little better, then okay. But they haven't. They've progressively gotten worse because the first 2 games, they didn't look great, right? But it was what was it against El Salvador? Was it a 0-0 tie, right? So it was a shutout.
Yeah.
And then we allowed 1 goal against Dallas. So, and it was on that giveaway by Alba, transition, whatever. So it wasn't horrible. But when we started getting pressed here in Saudi Arabia, things look horrible. Like we can't handle that press. Like Aviles turning the ball over like crazy. And by the way, Freire, I think I said it right this time. Freire, supposedly horrible with the ball at his feet. Not a good distributor. So if you're telling me that he's not a good distributor, hey, just keep pressing us and we'll keep giving the ball away, apparently. So we got to fix that somehow. We got to have a pivot there as an outlet for 2 center backs and wing backs. Let's go back to 4 in the back. This 3 in the back experiment shit ain't working.
And you know who was good with the ball at their feet? Kamal Miller.
He was.
I don't know, man. I thought that after the first half of the first half, latter in the first half, we started getting better on offense. Not only was that, pretty good, that play with David Ruiz and Suarez, but then also Campana had an opportunity to be able to score as well. I mean, look, we had a couple opportunities.
The Campana was sexy, but I didn't think they had any chance of going in.
It did. I mean, but look, you never know. On any given play, you can get the ball in the back of the net. It's just
if Drake is the one defending.
Yeah. Look, the one thing that I'm very scared of is our back line, and I'm pretty sure everybody should be concerned about that. Somebody mentioned, I just lost a comment about that little scuffle between Jordi Alba and Sergio Busquets with one of the players on Al-Nassr, and because I guess they fouled the hell out of
Noah Allen. Well, that I liked. That I liked because that was a dirty tackle. Even though he didn't necessarily hit Noah Allen very hard, but it was an unnecessary ugly tackle because he came from behind when Noah Allen, I think he had already passed the ball, but he came and got all leg. Again, it wasn't something crazy where he was gonna like lose his legs or anything, but it was a dirty play. So I was kind of happy that they stood up for their guy. I thought everybody kept making a big deal about Busquets punching him in the face. I don't think he punched him in the face. I think he was trying to grab his jersey, and he kind of missed the jersey and got his draw. So I don't think it was a full-out punch. But I kind of like that they stood up for him. I really do.
And there's so many people that are shitting on Drake, and we were big fans of Drake calendar last year.
I still am. I am still a big Drake fan.
But now I ask you, and I ask the chat. I mean, you're basically answering the question. A lot of people are talking about Drake. Like, I mean, should we be worried about Drake calendar at this moment, or was this just one of those games where just nothing was going right?
I'm worried about him. I feel like everybody needs time to get adjusted in the preseason. And again, I've never played goalkeeper. I have no idea how that works. And maybe I'm talking out of my ass. And if you think I am, so be it. Maybe I am. But I feel like playing goalkeeper is all instincts, and I need to. And I don't know, like block the ball. Like if he was like off the mark with like some long passes or just passing the ball, finding the outlet man is one thing. But the way he's letting the balls in through his gloves or right under his glove, I almost feel like preseason or not, I figured that you would have this down by now, Drake. Like I don't know, but again, maybe I'm completely wrong. So there you go. Look, Raul says Danny knows nothing about football, so maybe I'm right. Yeah, maybe he's right. Maybe I know nothing, and he should be. He needs time to adjust also. So I'm probably wrong.
And Kata's mentioning why add 6 minutes to a friendly with a 6-0 scoreline. That's something I want to talk about a little bit later with Tata Martino complaining about those 6 minutes. That was just embarrassing. You need. I wasn't worried about
Miller. I like Miller. I don't know how long you've been listening, Lawrence, but the episode before he got traded, I said, we don't need a center back. We got Kamal Miller. Let's get a midfielder. Literally what I was saying in that episode. I said we needed a midfielder. I don't want any more center backs. I'm happy with Kamal Miller. So.
Oh man. And now we're getting the calls out, Danny. De Gea.
Nah.
Everybody thinks we're gonna go get De Gea now. I mean at this point, you might as well.
Drake looks like this, like to start the season, then maybe I start to worry. But I figure out who the person was, but apparently I don't know anything. So let's just give Drake time.
It was I think it was Raul Rojas, but
Raul.
Moving on. So we finished the first half, we get to the second half, and we feel like okay, revitalized. But then the same team stays out there. I had a feeling that Messi wasn't going to play. Because at that point, what are you going to do? Like bring Messi on and try to win the game 3 goals behind? Like there's absolutely no way. So they don't bring him on. So I'm like, okay, maybe he's not going to play. We get scored on 3 more times, right? One was a penalty. Another one was a beautiful header. I think it was a beautiful setup off of the corner with like a header to header play. Oh my God, I thought that was gorgeous. And I forgot what the last goal was, but I mean, is there anything that we're missing before Messi came into the game? Because I think Taylor came on, and after Taylor came on, I think Taylor came on with Yedlin, and then they took out Busquets and Jordi Alba.
They were attacking down the left side a lot, and then just connecting with passes to the back post, and it felt like last year all over again. Like, what was this guy? The guy that had the hat trick. I'm slipping on his name right now.
Talisca.
Yeah. How many times did they try to find him down the right side? Now the thing is, when the wingbacks are playing that high up, they're in transition and they're coming down the left side. Then Aviles takes the man coming down the left side, and then Christoph cheats off to make sure he marks anybody that's making a run, and then that leaves Noah Allen out on an island to cover everything else that's happening on the right side of the field. Or our left, however you want to see it. Like this can't keep happening. Like some of those goals, Drake had no chance. Some of them he did, but some of them he had no chance. Like it's been looking really rough.
Good call there, Nick. Yeah, it was Jordi and Suarez. My bad. Yeah, it was Jordi and Suarez. I thought Busquets was subbed off. Good call there. Good stuff.
Busquets played almost a full 90.
Yeah, I think so. That's right, because Campana came off for Messi towards the end. So, yeah, good call there, buddy. I thought it was just a bad showing overall. I thought that we kind of picked up the pace in the second half. I mean, really to no avail. Like, we weren't generating enough offense. I don't know what kind of tricks, Tata's trying to play, like if Gressel's actually going to play defense, because he wasn't playing any defense whatsoever. He wasn't playing any defense. He was way too high. He was moving up. He was trying to do too much on the offensive side.
That's why he looked better than he did last game, though. Because
look,
and we had Tommy one time tell us from the Atlanta podcast, he played for Atlanta, and we had Ty tell us last night he played for Columbus last year. You're not gonna get good defense out of Gressel.
Yeah,
what you're gonna get is some decent offense coming down that right side, and he showed some of that today. So don't count on him producing too much defensively, but offensively, hopefully he can get us something.
Yedlin got placed at left back, going in for Jordi Alba. That was kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
Seeing Yedlin go out to left back.
Could it be because Noah Allen looked good? I mean, it looked much better than he has at left center back. Like it's like baptism by fire.
I guess. And Lewis is saying that Yedlin should have started. I mean, I don't know, man. This whole thing with Yedlin and Gressel, like, I feel like it can really be beneficial to the team. I really do. And I feel like we're going to be able to see the fruits of that labor during the regular season. I think right now, as they're working it out, like during this preseason, it's not looking great. It's looking better game by game. I mean, obviously, they didn't do it this game, but I do think that that's going to be a critical component for our success in the season, especially on the defensive end.
Where do you think Diego Gomez fits into this?
God, really? Oh my God, this guy Trucutu. I mean, you really think Diego Gomez is that big of a difference maker that he would have not allowed? I mean, look at the comment that you put. He would not let this happen. No way.
I put that up not so much because I don't think he would have let this happen, but because I do want to talk about Diego Gomez. Where does he fit into all of this?
No, but he's not letting that happen according to this comment, Danny. It's not happening. What happened today, 6-0, doesn't happen if Diego Gomez is on the field.
He's a motor. He would have been back there playing defense.
Ah, please. Gregory's a freaking motor, bro. Come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
Give me that, Adrian. Let's go. If we're gonna start talking nonsense, might as well bring back Emerson. Come on. And look, Hammy's mentioning Gomez. Look, is he a motor? Yes, he is a very good player on defense and somewhat a contributor on offense, I guess. But would he have made a difference, Danny? You really think so? Come on.
Maybe, I don't know. Salvatore here is commenting that if both teams had their full rosters, it could have been uglier. I'd say if both teams had their full rosters and both teams were in mid-season form, it wouldn't have been as ugly. How about that?
I agree with that. Yeah. How about that?
So,
how about that? And Kristoff, people want Kristoff out. Gregory is not good.
I didn't think Kristoff was going to be on this team this year. I'm surprised that he's still here, and that not just that, we're going to count on him. He is going to be a starter, it looks like. I'm really surprised. I'm really surprised at when I saw the lack of movement as far as acquiring players that are defenders. I thought it's because we were going to stick with a 4-man line, and Kamal Miller and Aviles were there. And then when Kamal Miller left, I said, okay, we're going to find somebody else to replace Kamal Miller. At no point did I think we were going to go and decide to play with 3 center backs.
Good looking out there, Adrian. Guys, take the time and do whatever you got to do. Subscribe. Help us out. Help the boys out. And this is a good question by Hydro. Would the MLS All-Stars... No, you can keep that one up. But would the MLS All-Stars have beaten this team?
They would have put up a better fight, I think. When you're look, like I agree with some of the comments from earlier in the show where everybody was like, yeah, but it takes more than money to win a game. I agree. It helps to have better players on the pitch. But if you tell me that it's the MLS All-Star team, then you have a high caliber player at every position. So I think that, yes, you do have a better chance. Now, difference is this team is mid-season form playing with each other, right? So they have the chemistry down and all that other stuff. MLS All-Star team would be kind of put together and figure it out on the fly. So it's different. But I do think that they would have fared better. Would they have beat them? Probably not. This team is good, but I think they would have played better.
What do you think about that
comment? As Raul, if I still think Drake, I still like Drake after these two games. Yeah, I do. I do.
I mean, it's preseason form, guys. So like, I do get it. Like, these guys are in preseason form.
I got it at the MLS store. Is that MLSstore.com? I think it is. And I got it when they had an error and they had it marked down for cheaper. And then later I saw that they were charging more for it. I don't know why. It's authentic. I don't know. They had like an error there. And I was hesitant to buy it at first because I was like, why does it cost so little? And then they fixed it, but I got it anyway. By the way, if you want to buy the jersey on Dick'sSportingGoods.com, they have it for like $15 cheaper than they do on Fanatics and MLS Store.
Nice. Dick's. When are you going to sponsor us? Dick's.
Well, just letting people know.
So Raul Rojas is mentioning somebody fire Tata now before it's too late. Is it okay if we could zoom towards the end of the game here, Danny, or is there anything that we're missing in terms of like full game coverage, how many times somebody kicked the ball with their left foot? Like, we're done with that kind of stuff, right?
No, we're go done for it. That's it. Yeah.
So
let's get into the Messi talk.
So I want to talk about something with the broadcast. Did you guys see, or did you see, Danny, how they had like little pink squares and little yellow squares? What was the purpose of that? The broadcast team didn't even know how to explain that. Was that like areas that they were like running into?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know. I was working while I had the game on, so I had the sound down, so I didn't hear a lot of the broadcasting, so I couldn't tell you.
So now my next question. Yeah. Oh, a heat map.
Just said it's a heat map.
Nice. Okay. Now, and that's good. That's good. It was.
Why were they?
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, because I guess there were like more there or whatnot. Because they were always playing defense.
I've seen heat maps. I don't see why it would be a square, but okay.
I don't know. I thought that was kind of confusing. And then at the end of the game, you have everybody seeing Tata requesting to play the 6 minutes, and it was really 95 minutes already.
Requesting?
At that point. Yeah, like he wasn't requesting, but he told the ref, like, "Hey, you said 6 extra minutes. She cut the game at 95 instead of 96."
I don't think that's what they were complaining about. Yeah, I think they were complaining. They were complaining because they made it 6 minutes.
Oh,
Messi came on at what, like the 83rd minute, give or take?
84th, 83rd minute. Yep.
So a couple things. If he's really injured, it had to be contractual that he played, and I think that's bullshit. I think that David Beckham, Jorge Mas, and anybody else who's in charge, you guys are fools. You guys are fools to let these people tell you that you have to play Messi injured. You're complete idiots. Idiots, if that's what happened. If you are allowing Messi to play injured because they said he has to play injured while they let Ronaldo watch from a suite, you guys are morons. So he played for like, let's say 6 or 7 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's a blowout. So you would assume that after 6 or 7 minutes, it's a blowout. Give an extra minute of extra time and that's it. But because it's in Saudi and they run shit, obviously, because they have Jorge Mas by their palms, right? They said, nah, give it 6 minutes because we're going to give this crowd a full at least 10 to 12 minutes of Messi on the pitch. That's what happened. That's the only reason they would put 6 minutes is because they were told, no. Messi's going to play more than 10 minutes. So you're going to give us an extra 6 minutes. That's what happened there.
And Icam is mentioning it was contractual. Guys, show me the contract.
No, I don't doubt it. I believe it. If he and somebody Michael said it was an excuse. I believe that. That's what I thought originally. I believe that. But if hypothetically it's really bothering him, the hamstring, that's BS, and they forced him to play contractually, and then they added those 6 minutes to force him to run out there, well, walk out there, right? Because he's not really running, but to walk around there for an extra 6 minutes. And I think that is what they were complaining about at the end of the game. They were saying, why the hell did you give 6 minutes? This is a blowout.
Yeah, and according to Mike V, somebody peed in your Cocoa Pebbles this morning. So
I'm not a child. I don't eat Cocoa Pebbles.
Oh, get out of here, man. And Adrian, you're 1,000% correct. Yeah, they should have just allowed him to stand right at the line.
They should have.
Don't move. Don't do anything. Get your raises from somebody else. So I don't know, man. Everybody's hating on Tata. It's the preseason, so it's tough to sort of gauge. But like with the way things are going right now, I'm not a big fan of what Tata is doing. Maybe he's just like cooking a little too much, trying a couple different things. It feels like we're not getting consistency, right? Am I talking out of pocket by saying that? Like, or do you see consistency in some way?
I see consistency. I see we're consistently bad on defense. That's the consistency I see.
Oh, that's
I see that Tata is consistently not changing this formation because he wants to keep experimenting. Now, my thought was preseason experiment. He's not even experimenting in the second half. He's not even experimenting in the last 15 minutes of the game. He's just like, let's just let it ride.
Yeah.
Look, I've been, and I'll admit it, I've been on here. Preseason doesn't matter. Preseason doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But show me something. Show me like that you're trying to like experiment with something. Put Luis Suarez at goalie. Like, show me something.
Well, and Kata's mentioning formation is consistent. I mean, formation, is it really consistent? Like Inter Miami lies to you guys every single game. They put garbage on the starting lineup every week. It's literally something every different. I thought it was just a Phil Neville thing. And it looks like it's just gotten to a point where just Inter Miami just wants to lie to you every start of the game.
I would never fire a manager or coach in the preseason. So I know a lot of people saying fire Tata. I would never, ever fire him. And if we start the season losing the first 4 or 5 games, I've lived through that shit with Phil Neville plenty of times. I'm still not firing him. But if we get to like April, late April, we're not winning and our defense looks the same and we're still running the same formation, he's not changing things, then we can start talking about Tata being out. But as of right now, as frustrated as I am with him, because I am, I absolutely don't think that he should be fired. No, that would be silly. Well, who are you gonna hire right now?
Yeah, or who you gonna hire that's of good quality? I mean, Adrian is mentioning here in the comments, down 4-0, you should have swapped out the whole squad, put on the bench. I actually agree with that. What are you gonna learn in the last 20 minutes of the game? What are you learning? Of keeping your starters on there and risking injury and having guys possibly get injured just for what? You're down 4-0. It's not even worth it. The game doesn't count. It's not worth it.
One world, one goal. Why on earth would we want Xavi when he's having a horrible time over there in Barcelona? Like, he's doing a horrible job over there. Please. And even though I like to give all my Liverpool friends a hard time, I would take Jurgen Klopp over Xavi, even though I know Jurgen Klopp isn't going to come over here, and I know that that's not even an option. I get it. But I'm just saying, like, if we're talking about just a random European coach, I know that Xavi's cool with Messi and stuff, but please, no, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. I took off the comment. I was putting up Lucas's comment because he's telling everybody to chill out. Let Chris Hendel cook, and what he mentioned in December that he's going to be making moves. I mean, look, moves have been made. I mean, have they been the greatest? I don't know. We'll see. If
we got a new roster spot. We're sending away Chris McVay to Washington, D.C., so that's got to mean something, right?
Yes, absolutely. I think that's going to pan out for something good. I mean, other than that, the only thing I guess we could bring up is does anybody here in the chat, or do you, Danny, Did you see any positives from this game? Any positives?
I thought Noah
I like
Allen
how Campana looked.
Okay. He didn't stand out to me, but I don't think he played Bahordia either. He created some chances.
Yeah.
Noah Allen, I thought looked much better. And if we have to, I don't think he's going to start the year as center back. But it's nice to know that if he keeps getting experience at this position, that in a tight bind, we can count on him to come in. Maybe he's going to keep playing better. He shouldn't be the starter, but, you know, Tata likes to have players that he could play in different positions, and Noah Allen is making himself available in different positions. I thought today he played well. He recovered well. I was really happy when I saw him body somebody off of a ball. So Noah Allen was a positive. Gressel offensively looked a lot more productive than it's right below me. He looked a lot more productive than he had in the last 2 games in the midfield. So obviously, if we're gonna play him, it should probably be a wing back, so he has the freedom to go up the right side, not clash with Yedlin up on the right side, and kind of whip those balls in. Any other positives? The fact that Busquets and Jordi Alba were upset. They care in a preseason game, so they will care during the regular season. And Messi, that very first ball, the first time he touched the ball, beautiful lead pass to, I forgot who was running down the middle. I think it was to Robert Taylor. And it was Robert Taylor, yeah. That was the nicest ball I saw all game, and it happened on the very first touch that Messi had. So knowing that we have Messi hopefully healthy, I don't feel like I have too much to worry about.
Yeah, and Adrian, Adrian B is mentioning, and I hope that's Adrian, OG Adrian. Ruiz Staga is the only one that's risen this tour so far. He didn't do super well this game, but in the overall he has been doing really good. Yeah.
Yes.
Overall, he's been doing good, and I'm pretty sure all of the fan base is happy with him. So
I have a question for you. Do you wish, right? Because both you and I were okay with the preseason tour. We didn't think it was that big a deal. Do you wish that we would not have gone on the preseason tour now?
I mean,
obviously we have no say in this. But the way the last 4 games have played out, and it's Apple TV, MLS.com, so everybody's watching it. Do you wish we would not have gone on this world tour?
I don't think the tour was bad. I don't think the idea of the tour was bad. But when you lose a game like this, it's hard not to question whether a game like this, preseason or not, matters or not, is going to affect the image of the team and the league that team plays in. Like, it's hard to defend that. It's hard to be able to defend this tour and say that it's not going to affect the image of the team. This is something that's absolutely going to affect the image of the MLS.
Mm-hmm. Whether right or wrong.
Saudi, I mean, it's not just Saudi fans that are going to be eating this up. We're talking about EPL fans, Ligue 1 fans. Like, everybody's going to be sitting here like, dude, you couldn't even beat Saudi Arabia. You can beat Al-Nassr without Ronaldo. Like, this is... It's the tour wasn't a bad idea, but this loss, I mean, it doesn't matter. Do you think that it matters? What if we destroy the next couple teams? Do you think that it will?
Saudi.
So you don't think it'll wash away the loss that we just took?
Beating the Hong Kong All-Star team and Kobe whatever in Japan? No.
Well, I mean, I don't think that the tour or the idea of the tour was bad. I think that because of this game, it's absolutely something that everyone is going to regret down the line.
And Luis, we couldn't beat the El Salvador team, but remember, that was literally the first game of the preseason after 3 months off, and it's their national team. Like some people were saying, it's a little more than money. Like, come on, like it's preseason for us. Like, I don't know if you guys in the chat watch more than just football or soccer. But if we talk about the NFL, the NBA, MLB, does anybody really sit down and watch the preseason? No, because those games are boring because 1, they're rusty. 2, they don't matter. So, like
3, they play backups.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I wish That would have been nice if we would have played some backups instead of playing Messi 90 minutes against Al Hilal. But so no, I don't think about that too much.
You know, Clara's mentioning that they think that this loss is going to affect the young ones. I actually think that this tour is actually going to be better for the young players, because somebody mentioned in the chat how they're playing better competition, players that actually want to go at their throats. Let me tell you something, David Ruiz, Noah Allen, they don't shy away from that kind of smoke. So I think the opposite. I think that the young ones are not going to be affected. I feel like maybe some of the veterans may be affected, like Christoph. I think that he's going to be definitely affected because he's like the anchor of the defense.
Yeah, and if I really think about it, whose confidence could be shaken during this preseason? The only person I could think of is Drake. I think Drake's confidence is probably shaken.
Well, him, Christoph. I mean, Toto looks like he is exhausted, and he's like 5 years old. He looks exhausted.
Yeah, Toto has not looked good, especially when the team's being pressed. He has not looked good working out of that press, that's for sure.
Yeah, he looks exhausted. Christoph is a veteran, but he looks like he's in shambles. I mean, anybody that's playing on the defensive line, I feel bad for you, honestly, because you guys unfortunately don't have enough support.
Well, I saw a lot of people saying that they don't mind the world tour, but that they kind of wish that they would have skipped the Saudi teams. And I can see that. I'm sure that they got paid handsomely for playing against the top Saudi teams, right?
Oh yeah.
But I think that they would have looked a lot better. Like Washington, the DC United is going to go out to Saudi, and they're going to play against lower teams. They're playing like the 8th ranked team and like the 10th or something like that. Like, I think that's a little smarter when DC goes over there and does that. But we played against the top 2, and I mean that's what it looked like. We played against the top 2.
And Kata's mentioning we really need Mota back. I mean, I would like to have Mota back, but one thing that Tank is mentioning that we should start the bench next match. Listen, Tank, this is a tour, baby. You're not getting the bench on a tour. You're getting the whole kit and caboodle.
I'm with Tank.
I hope so too.
I don't think we're gonna get that, but yeah, I would like that. Well,
I need to know if these figures are correct.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, and I don't know if you were with us like half hour ago when I was having this conversation with everybody, but I don't think the Saudi league is better than the MLS team, but I do think that the top Saudi teams are miles better than all MLS teams because they have a crazy salary on those teams. So I think, when is the next game? It is Sunday morning. So Saturday night going into Sunday morning. It is at 3 a.m. And we might be doing a live post game after that, depending on if Chris can roll out his better or not. So
I'll be up.
We'll be doing a live post game after that game. I think that the World Tour is a good thing, not just for Inter Miami, but for the league as a whole. I think it shows the growth of this league. And I know that the result today kind of ruins that, right? Because now we got the whole, people say like, oh, even negative press is good press. Nah, I'd rather not have negative press. But we have what people say a big 4, right? They have Messi, Busquets, Alba, and Luis Suarez.
Yeah.
Well, for those that don't know, before Inter Miami came into existence, I was a supporter of NYCFC. NYCFC came into existence in 2015. When they came into existence with 3 big names: David Villa, Frank Lampard, and Andrea Pirlo. Okay. Now, when they came into existence, you figure 3 big names. Yes, maybe not as big as Messi, but those are big names in the soccer world, especially 10 years ago. Now, I went to watch one of their preseason games. Now, you saw what a preseason game looks like right now for a top team. We were in Saudi Arabia. Even DC United is going to go play preseason games in Saudi Arabia. Things have changed. I'm going to show you a picture that I took 8 years ago yesterday. This is what a preseason game looked like with those three legends on the pitch 10 years ago. Look at that right there. That right there.
For those of you on audio, go ahead, Danny. Explain it for those of them on audio as well.
They literally had us just sit along the sideline on the grass. If anybody ran to the side, they could fall over us because we were sitting on the ground watching these guys. And if you look closely, that's Andrea Pirlo in the middle of your screen. To the left, that's Frank Lampard. And I believe right next to the goalie in the back, that's David Villa. Like, this is what preseason looked like. Look at them. That was them warming up before the game. That's at Florida Gulf Coast University. Like these are the pictures that we were watching them stretch. Like, this is what preseason used to look like when you had three legends on the pitch. And you're going to tell me 10 years ago, it was in 26. No, I'm sorry, 8 years ago. You're right. It was in 2016. This is what it looked like. They're not even wearing their regular kits. They're wearing training kits. And on top of that, they were playing against Florida Gulf Coast University team, and they won 1-0. 1-0 with Andrea Pirlo, Frank Lampard, and David Villa. Don't tell me that you're not happy that this team and this league has grown to the point where we are now seeing like this league get some attention. Like, I was there. I was sitting on the ground. Like, the players were literally running up to us. So I understand that today was an ugly look, but take a step back and appreciate, for those of you that are going to stick with the MLS after this whole Messi thing is gone, appreciate where this league has come in the last 10 years and where it's possibly going from here on out. So yes, today was a bad day, but this preseason tour is a good thing for us and for the MLS. So I just wanted to show you those pictures because I saw them, and literally it was 8 years ago yesterday, and this league has come a long way in the last 8 years. So yeah, I'm glad that they went on this tour, and I'm glad that the MLS keeps growing as it is.
Look at that, guys. You got Angry Danny, and then you got Counselor Danny at the end. Come on, guys. Be happy. Have some perspective. Yeah, man. It's a beautiful thing to see the league excel and start to grow, whether we got destroyed today or not. You know, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
Look, but I will admit, though, it was pretty cool watching those three legends, like an arm length away sometimes, because they would just pass by the sideline while we're literally sitting there. It was wild. It was a wild experience. Very cool.
And by the way, I'm going to go ahead and show the video that I uploaded a little earlier, Danny, about the jerseys. So for those of you that keep asking about the jersey that the kit that Danny has on right now, he got it from MLSsoccer.com. Like he mentioned, you can go on Dick's Sporting Goods and get it for $15 off. I got a buddy of mine, exclusive footage here, guys. I didn't see that. I was going to read it, but whatever. I got a buddy of mine that just went on what is it? The Icon of the Seas, the biggest cruise ship in the whole planet. So he went into the store, and here, let me go ahead and just mute that. So that's him in the store. For those of you in audio, this is a friend of mine that was on the ship on vacation, and he is looking into the store, and there is literally all brand new Inter Miami kits with Messi on the back, of course, because Royal Caribbean is the new sponsor for the club. So if you can't get it on Dick's Sporting Goods or MLSsoccer.com, go on a cruise, pay $1 billion, and get it there.
And you know what? This jersey is a lot more salmon than I thought.
Oh, get out of here, Kata's hating on the cruise. Wait, you're on mute, Danny. They can't hear you right now because you are on mute. But for those of you on audio, he was showing his jersey. And now, go ahead.
Give me a second.
Well,
no.
Yeah, he disconnected his whole setup, guys. But it's okay. He's got his microphone set up.
So this pink is not like the salmon pink. This salmon pink, I'm not a big fan of. I wish they would have used this pink right here.
The pink that's on the black jersey, on the away
the one
jersey.
that's on the La Noche jersey. Wow, I'm all over the place. So let me get a good. This is good.
Oh yeah, look at that. Look at
maybe
the
on
difference.
camera. Maybe on camera it's not too noticeable, but this
no, it is absolutely.
It's a lot clearer than this one. And I kind of wish they would have gone with this pink because this is very salmon. It is very salmon, but I was wrong. The Royal Caribbean is the same size on both kits. So it is the same size. But I do wish, look, even on here, look, they could have gone with this pink. I don't know why they decided to go with the salmon pink when they could have just gone with this pink right here. So
and Dennis notices the change.
Well, I think this is the biggest change right here. This is what the Heartbeat used to look like, the Heartbeat kit, and then this is the new one. Big difference between the Heartbeat and the other one. So
you think they did it purposely, just to like keep a little bit of the old on the jersey? Maybe they did that.
Maybe I don't see why they just wouldn't have kept the whole thing. I like the Heartbeat pink. I thought that was just going to be our pink from forever.
Yeah,
it is, and it is shiny and it is see-through. I think it's going to be see-through when it gets wet. You could probably see my tank top under there, right?
A little bit. Yeah, I could see it a little bit.
It's a white tank top, so maybe it's hard to see. But I think it is going to be see-through when it gets wet and people start sweating in it. I think it's going to be like the white original kit that we started playing with in our first season.
Hey, Salvatore, your comment here letting us know that Saudi without Ronaldo just kicked the shit out of our team. No, I didn't know that. Thanks for the update. We've just been talking about nonsense for the last hour and 7 minutes. But hey, Salvatore, thank you so much, buddy. And while you're here, letting us know about what happened, now that we're informed, go ahead and like the video, please. Thanks, buddy.
Well, for the record, yes, Inter Miami did lose to that team, but if Messi played and was healthy, maybe we would have won. So, whatever.
Quite possibly. Thanks, Salvatore. It was a big update, man. I couldn't have lived without that.
He wasn't talking to you. He was updating somebody in the chat.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Sorry, Salvatore. I literally attacked you, and I apologize. I literally apologize. Sorry about that.
All right. So,
we got a game against Hong Kong, Danny.
Okay, so before we get in the game, actually let's do the game against Hong Kong, and then I'll tell you about Publix. All right, game against Hong Kong. I know that it's against their, I guess what you would call their all-star team, kind of like the MLS does sometimes. Don't know any of the players. Didn't look into them. It's today's Thursday, so another 2 days of rest before we play another game. So I would assume Messi's coming off the bench. Suarez is coming off the bench. I think it's going to be heavy rotation. I don't think that Hong Kong paid the money that the Saudis paid. So I don't think that they're forcing anybody to play 90 minutes just cause. So I think that we see a lot of the young kids, like a lot of people have been asking for. I think we see a lot of the young kids on Sunday.
I think so. And what I'm hoping is that we do win the next couple games, just to sort of, wash away this last game that we just had.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, we need something that's going to be helpful to us, because, or at least to like give us a resurgence leading into the new season, because it's been rough. It's been rough.
It has been rough, but like I said, I think it's going to be a lot of the academy players playing. You're going to see Sutherland out there. You might see David Ruiz still out there. Maybe Noah Allen playing left back for once. I think it's going to be a lot of that. And I could be wrong. Maybe they'll have Messi run out there for 90 minutes. But that's more or less what I'm expecting for Sunday.
We're going drastic. Tank is asking us to bench Drake. Kata wants to resign Marsman. I mean,
don't give up on Drake that quickly.
What are we doing? Signing Iniesta?
Yeah, because that's what we need. We need more slow guys. Iniesta. Iniesta looked like he was 40 at the age of 20. I'm telling you. I don't know if you ever seen pictures of him when he was like 20. Iniesta looks so old since he was a young age, and he ran that way also. He had pure class, but I don't want any more slow old guys on this team.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people are saying the same thing. A lot of rotation, bench, a lot of bench. I would be happy if Messi doesn't see the pitch again until he comes back and plays against the All New Boys. So I'm hoping that that's what happens, but we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm looking forward to the game. And look, we are going to be doing a post game right after the game. So the game's what, at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
So it should be 5 in the morning.
5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we'll be on here. Here.
Yeah, I don't expect a lot of people on here live, but just so you know, when you wake up, you can wake up, watch the game, and then you can tune in to see what we talked about earlier in that morning. And if you are, for whatever reason, up, if you're in a different part of the world and you're up at that time, feel free to jump on with us.
Hopefully.
One last thing. I saw something. I had somebody send me something. And you know that Inter Miami season's coming around when they start promoting the new Publix Inter Miami sub. So right here, they got the new sub on the way. They got the displays that are supposed to go up on February 8th, and it's supposed to be up until October 30th. My question to you is, have you tried the Inter Miami sub from last year?
Yes, I did have the Inter Miami sub from last year. I think it had like bacon and avocado. It was good. It was a really good sub.
Can you get that as a wrap?
I don't know. I didn't get it as a wrap. I got it. I said, give it to me just like how the picture is.
So you
no
like
changes.
I'm not a big sub guy. I like wraps.
Well, I mean, I wanted to eat it the way that it was presented. And, even the person that was making the sandwich, I guess, because it was so early, they didn't know how to make the sandwich. So they had to use this cheat sheet to be able to make the sub.
So you can't even create it correctly.
Yeah. So I just said, give it to me the way that it looks on that picture. And they made it. And it was pretty good. Yes, Dennis, it was with avocado and it was great.
Oh, avocados are amazing. What are you talking about? And by the way, I got introduced to avocados late in life. My wife introduced me to avocados a couple years ago, and I didn't realize what I was missing in my life.
Yeah, I also got introduced to that late as well.
It's called a pub sub, not a pub wrap. Okay, but there are such things as pub wraps. So how about you suck it, Sean?
No, that's good. No, Sean, no, you get a medal, bro. You get the comment of the night. Oh, shut up, Danny. Listen, the whole chat's about to light you up.
No, man, wraps are so much better than subs.
What are you doing?
Especially the spinach wraps. Anyway, well, if you are here on with us, I see that there's still a few on with us. We're probably gonna start wrapping it up soon. So please leave us a like and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll be back on Sunday morning to discuss what hopefully is a much better showing than what we saw today. The competition that we're going to be facing starting Sunday until I would assume the end of next year is not going to be at the caliber of the expensive teams that we played against this year. So, if you want to wrap so bad, Danny, eat a burrito. Well, for the record, I prefer burritos over tacos, so I don't know if that means anything.
I do too.
There you go. So I'm and I see a lot of people writing Discord. Actually, the Discord has been made. We are going to open it to everybody next week, the week before the season starts. So look out for that, and we're gonna do that. Hopefully, we can get it up and going for everybody to join before the last preseason game, which is on February 15th, right? So we'll try to get it going before that, so we can kind of test it out for that preseason game, and go get it going during that game. We could all chat or whatever. So we'll get that going before that game, and kind of just see how that goes, so we can get it all going before the season starts. And I think God is just pulling our leg here. But for those of you that don't know, Discord is just like a big chat. So so yeah. All right. Any final words there, Chris? Any final thoughts?
We won't tell Arsenal guy about the Discord.
Arsenal guy never came back.
He left. He never came back. So don't worry about that guy.
He was around for the first couple episodes of the year, and then he just decided to stop coming. So.
And I mean, look, I'm looking forward to the next game. I'm looking forward to every game because I just want to see more and more Inter Miami just not lose like this by 6 goals, which is completely awful. So hopefully the next 2 games will be a lot better than this last game was. So I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, let's get this fucking game behind us.
And Tank asking if we have a Discord. We technically do, but we haven't opened it to the public. We're just kind of constructing it as we speak. So we will open it to everybody in 2 weeks? In 2 weeks. So and is Discord like a watch along? Technically, I mean, it's like a big chat, but people go ahead and just chat during the games. We got to figure that out though, because I've seen some of those Discords get kind of messy sometimes with some trolls and stuff. So we'll figure those things out.
Yeah, Asif is asking about our backgrounds, and One World, One Goal landed it. Said that Danny is Colombian and I am Cubano. Yes.
Yeah, I carry the Colombian map with me always. So there you go. All right. Anything left? No, you said nothing else.
We're done.
And
yeah,
that's it.
Go,
we went a solid 117. We were thinking of having another preview to another team, but we figured after today's game, we just needed to get this out. We appreciate you guys kicking with us. And hopefully you guys wake up at 5 a.m. to join us, or at 3 a.m. to watch the game and then stick with us at 5. But if you don't, believe me, completely understand. But we'll be on here doing that. So Asprilla Rincon, yes, for sure. Don't forget Higuita. Higuita was my guy, even though he was a cokehead. All right. If you are listening on audio, we appreciate you listening all the way to the end. Please leave us 5 stars, comment, review, all that other good stuff. And if you are watching on YouTube, we really appreciate you sticking with us all the way to the end. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, all that other stuff. And for those of you in the chat, as always, you guys are by far the best part of the show. We really appreciate you sticking with us and just, again, participating in the show. Without you, this show would just not be the same. And as always, until the next one, have a good one.